Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
Hare
नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Rama Hare.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Day Devotee. So today is the 21st of August and it is Wednesday. It is Bhadra Masa or Hrishikesha Masa and Krishna Paksham Vidya Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events in the calendar. So we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्ण In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma has been explaining about the different Leela avatars to Narada Muni. So in the beginning, so he has explained about the um, यत्रोज्जितः कलोद्धराणाय बिभ्रत् क्रौडीं तनुं सकलयज्ञ मयीम् अनन्तः अन्तर्महार्णव उपागतम् आदिदैत्यं तं दंष्टयाभीम वज्रधरो ददारः. So starting from the Varahadeva incarnation and then Suyajna and then further Kapila Bhagavan and then four Kumaras. So far he explained four Kumaras and also uh, he also explained about the Dattatreya and four Kumaras, five incarnations in the five slokas he explained. So now today he is explaining about the mm, Naranarayana incarnation. So yesterday he explained about the four Kumaras. Taptam tapo vividaloka susukshayami ado sanat swatapasah satyakusanotana abhut prakalpa samplava vinastam ihatma tattvam Samyak Jagada Munayo Yed Achakshata Atman. So if we see in the last few verses, so first one is the Varaha Bhagavan. So Varaha Deva, he has lifted the earth. And then later on, Suyajna. Suyajna is the son of the Ruchi and Ahuti. So he became the Indra and he has di- removed the distress from all the three planetary systems. And then after that, Kapila Bhagavan, who is performed. Kapila Bhagavan, he has performed all austerities. After he has explained the Sankhya philosophy to Devahuti, his mother, and then he left for the meditation. And then he explained about um, the Dattatreya. Dattatreya is the son of Atri Maharshi and Anasuya Mata. So he also acquired all the siddhis. Siddhis, and he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He has showed the austerity and penances, how important it is. And then later on, the four Kumaras, they are also Naistika Brahmacharis. So Lord Brahma, he is always in the meditation. So here the sequence, if we see how the incarnations are there, and then next he is explaining about the Nara and Narayana Rishi. So with their in the incarnation of Nara and Narayana Rishi, they have performed very severe austerities. So when they were performing that austerities and penances, when they were in the meditation, deep meditation, the demigods were trying to disturb their meditation. So at that time, Narayana Rishi, so he has generated so many beauties from his body. So likewise, Brahma is saying. So we are seeing here the sequence. Tapasya is very, very important in the human form of life. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 6. धर्मस्य दक्षदुहितरि अजनिष्टमूर्त्यं नारायणो नर इति स्वतपः प्रभावहम् दृष्ट्वात्मनो भगवतो नियमावलोपं देव्यस्तु अनङ्गपृतना घटितुं तु न सेकुः धर्मस्य दक्षदुहितरि so dharmasya so of dharma the controller of religious principles daksha duhitari the daughter of daksha prajapati ajanista murcham so ajanista murcham um, he took the supreme personality of godhead took birth murcham in the womb of muti is the daughter of daksha prajapati so dharma and muti they are the husband and wife and Muti is the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, and the Lord took as a birth of Lord took the as the son of Murti. So here, who are they? Narayano Nara iti. So the twins, Narayana and Nara. These are the twins. Iti swatapaha prabhavaha, and by the strength of their personal austerities and penances. Swatapaha prabhavaha. Drishtvatmano bhagavato. So when they were doing this austerities and penances, by looking at their austerities and penances, nima avalopam, to disturb their vows and to break their vows, devyastu ananga prutana. So the celestial beauties, what they did with who are the companion of Cupid, Ananga Pratana Gaditum Nasekuhu. So they wanted to disturb. So what they want, Nimava Lopam, is they wanted to disturb the vows and meditation of the Naranarayana Rishi. But what? So Gaditum Nasekuhu, but it was not possible. It was not possible to them. So likewise, Brahma is saying. So by the Swatapaha Prabhavaha Naranarayana Rishi, they are very rigid in their Dushyarantapaha. Akaro Dushyarantapaha. So Turiye Dharma Kalasarghe Naranarayana Rishi Bhutvatma Upashama Upetam Akaro Dushyarantapaha. They have performed very great austerities. So Devyastu Anangana Prutana Gatim Nasekuhu, even they could not disturb. So this is Brahma is saying, Dharmasya daksha duhitari ajanista murtyam narayano nara iti swatapah prabhavaha drishtvatmano bhagavato niyamalopam devyastu ananga pratana gatim nasekuhu. Okay, so translation for this verse. To exhibit his personal way of austerity and penance, he appeared in twin forms as Narayana and Nara in the womb of Murti, the wife of Dharma and the daughter of Daksha. Celestial beauties, the companions of Cupid, went to try to break his vows, but they were unsuccessful. For they saw that many beauties like them were emanating from him, the personality of Godhead. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read this purport, please?
Yes, Prabhu, you listen.
Maybe you can read letter Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. And the Lord being the source of everything that is the origin of all austerities and penances also. Great vows of austerity are undertaken by sages to achieve success in self-realization. Human life is meant for such tapasya with the great vow of celibacy or brahmacharya. In the rigid life of tapasya, there is no place for the association of women. And because human life is meant for tapasya, for self-realization, factual human civilization, as conceived by the system of Sanatan Dharma or the school of 4 castes and 4 orders of life, prescribes rigid disassociation from women in 3 stages of life. In the order of gradual cultural development, one's life may be divided into four divisions: celibacy, household life, retirement, and renunciation. During the first stage of life, up to 25 years of age, a man may be trained as a brahmachari under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, just to understand that woman is the real binding force in material existence. If one wants to get freedom from the material bondage of conditional life, he must get free from the attraction for the form of woman. Woman or the fair sex is the enchanting principle for living entities, and the male form, especially in the human being, is meant for self realization. The whole world is moving under the spell of womanly attraction, and as soon as a man becomes united with a woman, he at once becomes a victim of material bondage under a tight knot. The desires for lording it over the material world under the intoxication of a false sense of lordship, especially begin just after the man's unification with a woman. The desires for acquiring a house, possessing land, having children, and becoming prominent in society, the affection for community and the place of birth, and the hankering for wealth, which are all like fa- phanta- phantasmagoria or illusionary dreams, encumber a human being, and he is thus impeded in his progress towards self-realization, the real aim of life. The brahmachari or a boy from age of 5 years, especially from the higher castes, namely from the scholarly parents, the brahmanas, the administrative parents, the kshatriyas, or the mercantile or productive parents, the Vaishyas, is trained until 25 years of age under the care of a bona fide guru or a teacher. The under strict observance of this discipline, he comes to understand the values of life along with taking specific training for a livelihood. The brahmachari is then allowed to go home and enter householder life and then get married to a suitable woman. But there are many brahmachari who do not go home to become householders but continue the life of Nashtika brahmacharis without any connection with women. They accept the order of sannyas or the renounced order of life, knowing well that combination with women is an unnecessary burden that checks self realization. Since sex desire is very strong at certain stage of life, the guru may allow the brahmachari to marry. This license is given to brahmachari who is unable to continue the way of Nashtika brahmacharya, and such discriminations are possible for the bona fide guru. A program of so called family planning is needed. The householder who associates with women under scriptural, scriptural restrictions after thorough training of brahmacharya cannot be a householder like cats and dogs. Such a householder after 50 years of age would retire from association of women as a one prince to be trained to live alone without association of women. When the practice is complete, the same retired householder becomes a sannyasi, strictly separate from women, even from his married wife. Studying the whole scheme of disassociation from women, it appears that a woman is a stumbling block for self realization. And the Lord appeared as Narayana to teach the principle of womanly disassociation with a vow in life. The demigods, being envious of the austere life of the rigid brahmachari, would try to cause them to break their vows by dispatching soldiers of Cupid. But in the case of the Lord, it became an unsuccessful attempt when the celestial beauties saw that the Lord can produce innumerable such beauties by his mystic internal potency, and that there was consequently no need to be attracted by others externally. There is a common proverb that a confessioner is never attracted by sweetmeats. The confectioner who is always manufacturing sweetmeats has very little desire to eat them. Similarly, the Lord, by his pleasure potency, can produce innumerable spiritual beauties and not to be least attracted by the false beauties of material creation. One who doesn't know alleges foolishly that Lord Krishna enjoyed women in his Ras Leela in Vrindavan or with his 16,000 merry wives at Dwaraka. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining about the self-realization and performing the austerities. This is tapodivyam putrakayini sattvam sujjhet jasmat brahmadokyam tvanantam. So that is the ultimate purpose of the life, tapasya. So one has to utilize if he has not got any family responsibilities and if he has got grown-up children, one has to give up the working for the material life. So if he has not got, so that is panchas, vanam brajet. So after 50 years of age, so one has to leave to the forest. That is given in the scriptures. But that is for the men. So woman is not allowed to go out of the home. So staying at home, perform the austerities and penances. So that is kind of deity worship. So here, the sages, the four sages, they are doing, the Nara and Narayana, they have performed the severe austerities, Dushcharantapaha, performed severe austerities, and even the demigods, they will come and try to disturb everyone. There is, so in this universe, except Narayana Rishi, everyone are fall into the attraction of a woman, even Brahma also. Even Lord Shankara, he was also attracted towards the Mohini form of the Lord. So here, except the Narayana Rishi. So this is mentioned by Kapil Bhagavan. Tasrusta srusteshu ko anvakandati dihi puman. Rishim Narayanam Rute. Rishim Narayanam Rute. Except Narayana Rishi. Yoshin Mayeha Maya. Everyone are attracted. Except the Narayana Rishi. So this is the tapasya. One has to go through the tapasya, and here completely free from the woman layer, which is the yohi sanga jata pumso yata tatsangi sangatah. So which is the strongest bond in this material world? Natasya bhaven moho bhandasya anya prasangatah. Yoshit sanga jata pumso yata tatsangi sangatah. So that is mentioned, except that is the most strongest bond. Bhijyate hridayagranthi sthijjante sarvasamsayaha kshiyanti chasa karmani drushta evatmanishvare. Once he cuts the knot of the hridayagranthi, then he will see drushta eva atmanishvare. He will see the Lord properly. And for that one, we have got Sanatana Dharma, following this Varnashrama Dharma, the Brahmacharyam, Gruhastham, Vanaprastham, and it's a gradual. One should not necessarily disturb himself going to become a sannyasi or Vanaprastha, something like that. One has to follow these things, and Guru can make such kind of distinction. If a disciple is not able to control his senses, then he will give the permission to the disciple. So here Prabhupada is explaining all these stages. He will give permission to the brahmachari, so to go to the home and enter into the grihastha life, accepting a wife who is favorable to the spiritual life. Not just like because she is beautiful and get married, not like that. So a wife with all the good qualities who can be helpful in the spiritual realization, in spiritual progress. So here, this is Prabhupada is explaining here. And man's unification with the woman, which is the strongest knot here. Yoshit Sangha. Otherwise, one has Sadhu Sangha is the important. Prabhupada is stressing that one, Sadhu Sangha. So this the form of the woman. So Kapil Bhagavan says that Balam me pasya mayaya Sri Maya Jaino Disham. Ya karoti padakrantan bhru vijrumbena kevalam. Woman, just by the movements of her eyebrows, what she will do? Yakaroti padakrantan. She make everyone to bring them onto her control. Padakrantan, to bring them to her feet. Bhruvijrumbena kevalam, just by movements of eyebrows. That is balam me pasya maya. My balam, this maya is very, very strong. Balam me pasya maya. Sri maya jaino disham. This is Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita also. Devi Hesham Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. It is very difficult. So one has to, that is also Sangam Nakuryat Pramadas Jato Yogasya Param Paramarurukshuhu Matsevaya Pritilabdatma Labho Vadantya Niryadvaramasya. So only one has to, by the devotional service, coming to the lotus feet of the Lord, then only he will be freed. Otherwise, he cannot. Otherwise, Niryadvaramasya, it is the entrance for the hell. That is the Yopayat Sinirmaya Yoshit Deva Nirmitaha. Yoshit Deva Vinirmitaha. This is the form of a woman. It is by made by the God. Yo Upayat Sinirmaya Yoshit Deva Vinirmitaha. The form of woman which attracts the man to make him very entanglement into this material life. Tam Mikhet Atmano Mrityam Trunaihi Kopam Ivavrutam. It is Trunaihi Kopam Ivavrutam. Tam Miksha Atmano Mrityum. This is Atmano Mrityum. It is the death of spiritual life. Tam Miksheta Atmano Mrityum. Trunaihi Kopam Ivavrutam. One has to understand that death is the waiting, just it is just covered by the form of a woman, just like a kopam trunaihi kopam ivavrutam. There is a death pit which is covered by a plain grass. If one goes there, just like a when to capture an elephant, so there she elephant is kept in the middle. There is a big deep pit is dug there, and on top of it grass is put. So, but whenever that male elephant is attracted towards the she elephant, then come and it directly enter into that pit, it fall into that pit. That is Trunaihi Kopam Yavavritam. That is, so it is the death for the spiritual life if one is associating with a woman. So this is explained here. It is a phantasmagoria. Prabhupada is explaining phantasmagoria is illusory dreams. One thinks that it is happiness, but when he goes there, he will see only the miseries. Okay, so and then it is so that's why the brahmachari or a boy from the age of 5 years, especially from the higher caste, namely from the scholarly parents, these brahmanas, kshatriyas, and vaishyas, they will send their children to train him properly in the spiritual life. So that is and then a suitable student can become an Aistika Brahmachari, or if he cannot control his senses, with the permission of the Guru, so he will enter into the Gruhastha life. So these are all Prabhupada is explaining here. And then, so here, once he retires, he will be completely restricted from the association of a woman, inclusive of his wife, when he enters into the sannyasa. So, and here later on, the demigods being envious of the austerity life of rigid brahmacharis would try to cause them break their vows by dispatching soldiers of Cupid. So this is the mainly everyone who doesn't have jnana vairagya, they were who has not performed any austerities, they are easily fall into such kind of illusions, attracted towards the women. Nowadays, women are entering into the schools and colleges, and everywhere they are being attracted. That is how the male are being entrapped into this material world. See, everyone are working very hard. So previously there were restrictions. Women were not allowed to go into the schools openly. And if they are going, even they're covering their bodies with all the clothes, and then just only to go from one home to another home. Even the kings who are ruling, the queen and queen has got a separate palace. Even they are not easily mingling with them. The kings are the royal kings. They are not easily mingling with their queens. They live in a separate apartment. Even in the homes, family homes, the woman always lives in the inner chambers. She is not openly coming outside and showing the face to everyone. So that is the rules. That was the rules for following before. Because of this, the form of a woman, and so they will take the form of demigods, take the form of the woman, and they will make brahmacharis to disturb from their vows by dispatching their soldiers of Cupid. Okay, but here Narayana Rishi, so by the he is the supreme personality of Godhead. By dint of his um, swatapaha prabhavaha, by the strength of his tapasya, he has generated so many of such kind of beauties. And Prabhupada is giving a analogy with a confectioner who manufacture the sweetmeats. He is not attracted by the sweets. So likewise, Krishna, he is not attracted by any woman or anything of this material world. He is completely on the spiritual. He is Atma Rama. So this is also mentioned here. Uddhama bhava pishunamal valguhasa vridavalokaniyato madanopiyasam sammuhya chapam ajhat pramudostamasta yesyendriyam vimuditam kuhakaihi nasekuhu. Suta Goswami says whenever Krishna was entering into Dwaraka after Kurukshetra battle, coming from Hastinapura into Dwaraka, so all of his wives, the 16,100 wives, are waiting for Krishna, and it was very great celebration when Krishna was at that time. The queens of Krishna, they are waiting, and they are with their beauties. They wanted to attract Krishna. So, but that is Buddhama Bhava Pisunamala Valguhasa Vridavaloka Nihato Madanopiyasam. Even though they are trying to attract Krishna in so many ways, of course, he is their husband, and they wanted to attract him very much, very much. So, there, Sammuhya Chapam Ajhat Pramadottamasta, they are the very best of the women. Adhat Pramadottamasta. But Krishna, Yasyendriyam Vimaditam Kuhakaihi Nasekuhu, and they could not disturb the Krishna's senses. Though Krishna is with his queens, they could not disturb his senses, though he is in the family life. It is Prakruto Yata. He was just like enjoying like a ordinary people, but his senses are never disturbed. Sutta Goswami says that. So here, Narayana Rishi also, Gatitam Nasekuhu, Devyastu Ananga Pratana Gatitum Nasekuhu, they could not disturb the Narayana Rishi. So that is Narayana form. So all the Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana, and every forms of the Vishnu forms, they are not attracted. Na Shrihi Viraktapimam na Vijahat Yasyaha Prekshalavadetare Niman Vahanti. Even Narayana is not attracted to Lakshmi Devi. Na Shrihi Viraktimapimam Vijahat Yasyaha. But other people, they worship Lakshmi Devi. Preksha Lavada Itare, just for the glance of Lakshmi Devi. Niman Vahanti, they follow Varalakshmi Radha, that Radha, this Radha, so many Radhas they follow. So except Narayana. So this is the verdict of the Shastras. One should not be associating with women. So this kind of attraction is not there though they're living with their wives, with their consorts in the Vaikuntha planet, there is no question of mundane sex. Krishnatmanam Narja, Krishnatmanam, the devotees of the Lord, Narja Aduhu Usmayadhyaihi, they are not, even though the beauties of the women, they are excelling, but they are not attracted, even in the Vaikuntha lokas. But it is in the material world that makes one into entangle into this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, the Samsriti. Okay, so that is from Bhagavatam. So Brahma is saying that to Narada Muni. Dharmasya dakcha duhitari ajanista mocha narayano naraiti swatapah prabhavaha drishtvatmano bhagavato nemavalopam devyastu anangapratana gatitim nasekuhu. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today letter to Damodara, March 30, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Usha Mataji to read this letter, please?
Yes, devotion.
Usha Mataji, we can't hear you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji, we can't hear you. Okay, so I think it seems there is a problem. Can I request any other devotees to read the letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, can I please?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, thank you Prabhuji. My dear Damodar, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter date 26 March 1970. I have initiated Dennis Clapper as you have advised. And her spiritual name is Devija
Dvijapatni.
Dvijapatni. I am sending her beads enclosed herewith. So now train her up nicely in Krishna consciousness, and when you find a nice brahmachari, she may be married. That will be a very nice. Then after some time, she may go with her husband for starting a new center when they are ready. My idea is to train up many devotees, and as soon as they are ready, send from the starting new branches. In the meantime, I'm very glad to learn of your 10 hours daily Sankirtan schedule, and that you have found a very good house for a new temple. The building and location are very well situated to our needs. Um, so why not acquire it as soon as possible? If you can capture this house immediately, because Krishna is offering such a nice opportunity, that will be very encouraging. Please offer my blessing to all the Prabhus there. I hope this will meet you in a good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's a very lovely inspiration here. Once you have an initiation, you have to follow the Krishna consciousness properly. And if someone wants to get married, so find out the good consciousness, brahmachari like that. And once you married, you can follow with the husband preaching the Krishna consciousness. And if you can if you have a house and if you got a location, so you should do the preaching from the house, making the 1 century on from house, Prabhuji. So doing the kirtan and sharing the prasadam like that. Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mataji. Very nicely explained.
Yeah.
So this is, we do not have to have a bigger congregations like that. So here, as soon as wife and husband they are in Krishna consciousness, immediately they can invite every weekend, every Saturday, they can make schedule like, okay, 1 or 2 hours. So just have some prasadam and also invite other devotees to help in the prasadam preparation. and that way they can enjoy all the day. If their preparation of devotees doing together, it is so pleasing. So that is the when husband and wife are devotees. So that is what it is happening here. Prabhupada is very happy. So they can start a new branch, start from the home. But nowadays we are a bit afraid going out of the comfort zone. What happens to us? It is not possible. Work pressures, many pressures, children, studies, that one and this one, many things. Okay, so that is from Prabhupada's letter. So this is very nice example here, Damodara and Dvijapatni.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhu. I was reading, but I don't know how you didn't hear.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you, Mataji.
Wire was maybe loose. I don't know, Prabhu.
Don't
And then I couldn't hear also. So sorry, Prabhu.
know this, Mataji. That's all right. Okay, so that is any other points, Mataji? Usha Mataji wanted to add any points here?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji just mentioned all. Yeah, Dinashrestha Mataji explained. But I heard, yeah. So the Krishna consciousness is important, and then opening the more branches, Prabhupada insist to when they train. So then more can take advantage and then become devotees. Yes, that's it, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees? You wanted to add to this? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter, and from the announcements point of view. So today evening we have got Kirtan evening at 8:30 p.m. Okay, you kindly join at 8:30 p.m. for nicely glorifying Krishna and Radharani, Balram, and everyone else, all the Krishnas and paraphernalia. Okay, at 8:30 p.m. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue it further japa. Okay. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। कोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय। जगन्नाथ की
Hare
जय।
Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास